Hello, welcome. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. In today's episode, if you're listening to this via podcast or watching me, first of all, I'm doing this live, welcome, unedited, and I'm going to dive deep into current events and connecting them to astrology and tarot. The planets are speaking, and I am here to decode the hidden messages and the meanings behind the biggest headlines. Okay, so today we are talking about section 504. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, I will explain. I'm going to talk about Elon Musk and his 13th secret baby. We'll see what the transits have to say about him being a father. Blake Lively went to SNL with her husband Ryan Reynolds. We'll break that down and see, what the astrology has to say about that in the collective. I'm going to talk about Trump, and I'm actually going to break down his presidency for the rest of the year so I don't have to revisit this. So we'll talk about Trump. ASAP Rocky, I think it was just yesterday or this morning, right? He was found not guilty. We'll see if he's guilty or not, okay? And then, two more things. I'm going to talk about Kendrick Lamar and a halftime show. I didn't talk about it last week, so I got to talk about it this week. And I didn't even talk about Taylor. Did I talk about Taylor getting booed? And Kanye West rants. I actually did a breakdown on his chart. So that's a whole nother. So we won't talk about his rants today, but Beyonce's ticket sales. We are going to talk about that, okay? We'll also pull some tarot cards to connect it, okay? And if you have questions, if you have something you want me to look at for our current event, please write in, wherever you write the comments or description box or whatever. And and don't forget to subscribe, like, do all your stuff. And let's get started with this video.
3, 2, 1.
I love you.
Okay, so who was excited? You know what? I actually forgot to even add the fancy little graphics that I did. So let me see. What did I name it under? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I saved it under. That's great, Danielle. Way to be prepared. I put weekly transits. Let me resave it actually. Re-download it and start it over. How is everyone's week? I am trying to get the graphics here because I'm so well prepared. Let me see. Now I'm going to remember what I saved this under. And we'll add it up. Okay, so I guess we'll talk about 504. Let me see, weekly transits. I don't know if you guys know what that is, 504. I didn't know what it is. I had to look it up. Okay, so this is me looking it up and telling you guys. And before I do that, let me see. Weekly, where is it? Okay, come on, Danielle. Where did you put it? This is downloads week. Oh my gosh. This is, didn't I just save it as weekly transits? Didn't I just save it? This is me being annoyed now. Now I am being annoyed. You guys, I made these graphics and I want you to see it. Okay, let me see. Oh, it's under a zip. So what does a zip look like? Okay, a zip looks like literally a zipper. Look at me, you guys. If you didn't know the current events, the sun is combust on Mercury. So I do have an excuse. Where did it go? I clicked on it. Okay, here we go. I do have an excuse for all the mishaps here, but okay, we're gonna get it. It's coming now. I see it. Okay, wait, where did it go? Hold up. You guys have your tea. You know what? I'm gonna play an ad while I get this together. And once I get it together, then we will commence. Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings just for our elite members only. All for just $4.99 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. Join Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club today and elevate your spiritual path. I did it. I did it. Boom, boom, Shalaka. Okay. Okay, so she did that, and now we are prepared to start the video. Okay, welcome. Look, now more people has joined, so I think I did a good job. Wait, one of them didn't add, so wait, did it? Did it add? Okay, I think it did. Oh no, one didn't. Let me add it. Okay, now we are ready to start. Okay, I want to start off with section 05. Where is that one? No. No. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Now we are ready. Okay, so first I want to start with section 05. Okay. Yes, I did all that for this. Now, if you don't know about section 05, wait. First, I want to say subscribe, like, comment, and do all your due diligence as a listener and subscriber and all that stuff. You guys, it really helps me out. You see, I have a low number. Help a sister out, okay? I'm going to be consistent, okay? You will be seeing my pretty face. You are going to be learning things from me. You're going to get your gifts, okay, for free. And all I ask you is to thumbs up, like, share, do your stuff. Okay, so now we're going to talk about section 504. Okay, now section 504 is an act, a rehabilitation act. It was created in 1973. It was a federal law designed to protect the rights of individuals with disabilities. Okay, now this is about public schools, and it's to make sure that everyone who's at a public school gets the same treatment and gets everything that they're supposed to get. Whatever you get, the accommodations at public school, you get it, you get the support. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're disabled, they want you to be equal. That is what it is. Okay, now this 504 plan, they would shut it down. First of all, in 1975, they recreated the law. And in 1990, the law was changed to what we have today. Now, when Biden became president, though, apparently he was like, let's add some stuff. Now, okay, what's not in it? Okay, wait, what is in it? Okay, it covers for kids who have autism, learning disabilities, if you're deaf, if you're blind. It doesn't really cover ADHD or ADD, but if it affects your learning at school, then I think it helps with that. So just and it's a long list of things. Okay, now when Biden became president, he added something to it which Trump's presidency does not like. What did he add? I give you a guess. He added I think body dysmorphia. Let me see. Oh, here, gender dysphoria. He added that as a disability. And, the Republicans, I call them the Bloods and the Crips. Okay. So the Bloods and the Crips, they don't get along. So I think the Crips, I think, are the Democrats and the Bloods are the Republicans, right? I think, right? So the Bloods are like, mother effing no, we not doing this gender. What? You're a man or a female. Like, that's it, right? And, the Crips are like, you can just be whatever you want to. It's a free will. Okay. So they added this to this whole section 504, which if you go to public school, you've probably seen someone, especially in elementary, they have an aide. That was probably from section 504. Now, apparently, okay, I don't know everything. I'm just telling you what this is, okay, the little bit that I know. Apparently, this is not like a fund. This is not like a tax or like something. Well, it is taxes, but it's not like a governmental fund or something like that. It's just not guaranteed or something. Okay, don't twist my words. Let me actually read 504 plans are from school districts to school districts. 504 plans, they have more breaks in between the class. Okay, no, that's just okay. It just helps the people. Here it goes. If schools don't have the section 504, they may lose funding in other areas that cannot lose funding. So, like if your school doesn't take 504, a funding program will be like, well, we're not going to fund you because you don't even take 504. So a lot of schools have 504, okay? And it is based on the district. So I'm from Los Angeles, okay? So we're going to use LA as an LA County. If you live in Watts, Compton, or Watts or Compton, right? And let's say the income is very low there, okay? And their 504, Section 504, doesn't have a lot of money. Now, if you live in Beverly Hills, let's say the income tax is great there, right? So their Section 504 has more funding, okay? So it's based on district to district. It's not just like this global American thing, okay? So not all the schools have it. Now, they added this gender dysphoria, and now there's a lawsuit because they're like, we don't want that as a disability. So Trump may change it, or people are confused because people are like, are you just going to get rid of the 504 section? Because you're talking about all these disabilities. You're talking about people who are blind, people who are deaf. My son had a reading disability. So it wasn't really a reading disability. What is it? What was it? He would be so mad if I said that. Maybe he wouldn't care. When you can't say certain words, speech impediment or something like that, I have the same thing. So he had funding through this to help him go to therapist. What is that? Language therapist or something. Oh my gosh, I'm really sucking at this. But okay, I hope you understand what I mean. That this actually helped the Section 504. I remember he had an IEP, and I know what an IEP is. I was like, I don't want him to have an IEP because I feel like that is way more deeper. Because I used to be a mental health specialist. I used to have to go to IEPs for my clients, and they had bigger issues. So I just thought like he can't say Transformers. He has to be part of this, but it is what it is. It actually helped 100%, worth every tax dollar that I pay for. Okay, so there's that. Now, they want to get rid of it because of this gender dysphoria thing, which means that the school does not offer this Section 504, which also helps with disabilities. But because they're adding this, they're like, get rid of it. Let me know if you know more about this. Okay, so let's go to the chart, shall we? Okay, because that I do know. Okay, now I do want you to understand that when we're looking at the chart and to see like what's going to be the outcome of this and what are we looking for, I want you to understand that I have to tell you what I'm looking for. First of all, disabilities. I think that disability would be something of like Saturn because it's limiting you, right? It also could be Neptune because it's something with sensitivity, and maybe it's a disability you don't even know someone has. So there's that. Now, Saturn is in Pisces currently, okay? And that could be struggling or some struggles or limitations when it comes to healthcare and mental health awareness or disability rights. That is that and that theme, right? We also have the North Node in Pisces, and this is a more of the collective. In there, Pisces is a very compassionate energy, so people are more compassionate with some unseen struggles. So we do have that now. I also looked at Jupiter because Jupiter is about schools to me because it's in the sign Gemini. So we do have some education, learning disabilities, all that I will see is all in those things that I just discussed. And Neptune is in its own sign, Pisces. So that's why I didn't discuss that. Okay. So because we have all that, I'm like, okay, so what would it? Oh, also Pluto could be about like obsession of power, and it's in Aquarius, and it's like fight for the people, right? So we do have that. Now, also I look at Venus. I mean, it's like I'm naming every planet, but I just want you to understand Venus is also about law because this is a lawsuit. So this is about law, and this is about law too. Okay. So now I do want you to understand that Venus is in a pre-shadow phase right now of retrograding in the sign Aries. Okay. So it's going to retrograde. Now, this I have. No, that's Venus in Aries. Where's my Venus retrograde? Venus retrograde. Does it? Oh, here it is. So Venus is going to retrograde March 1st. Okay. And then it's going to go in the sign. It's in the sign Aries, and then it's going to go in the sign Pisces, and it's going to retrograde in Pisces. I think that's when we're really going to get a strong senses of what is going on for us this 504 plan, fighting for fairness, because I think that Venus is going to really affect that. And I think that's why it's being brought up now, because you're talking about funding, financial things. That is very Venus, money and money resources. Gender is also a discussion of this. And that Venus energy is about gender, female gender in particular. Yeah, also too, when it's retrograding, you're revisiting something. And this is something that was already done and we're redoing it. Possibly. So that's why I think that's happening. Now, also, too, I want to say that Neptune very soon goes at 29 degrees. And when it goes to 29 degrees, it's like, hurry up. We have to hurry up and close something out. So when there's in a rush of this energy of Pisces is very empathetic. It really cares about the people. It really cares about social issues, inclusivity. It doesn't want inclusivity. It wants everyone to be included. Some hidden injustice, anything dealing with disability. I would think that that's part of that Pisces energy too. So because you have this, and there could be some gray areas here, because all this Pisces energy represents some gray areas like confusion, legal gray areas, or like some revisions or some loopholes, or someone's inconsistent about something, or increased misinformation. All that could be happening, right? But when Neptune becomes at 29 degrees, there is an urgency to hurry up in all those things that I just said, in like the confusion and compassion and caring about people who are in need. Right now, my thing is, though, will it get rid of the gender dysmorphia? I 100% think it will be, especially when you have it in Aries. Aries is very aggressive. Aries is more like the male energy. So I do think it will be in that energy. Now, also, too, these planets, Neptune and Saturn, are going to move into Aries. So we're going to see a lot of fighting, a lot of conflict. Okay. The shift into Aries, the collective shift, will be from, like confusion more into action. So expect some people more advocating for themselves and fighting for themselves. Get ready for that energy, okay? Yeah, I have a whole video on Neptune going into the sign Aries if you really want to know about that. But that is some of the gist of it, okay? Let me see what else. Oh, also too, Mars is stationing direct. Where's my Mars? Mars is currently retrograding in the sign Cancer, and it's going to, Mars is like how you fight, how you achieve your energy. And I think that when it gets direct, we'll probably see some more advancements. And because Mars represents the male, this represents the female. This more is no, I'm gonna stick to this. This is more of like, what am I kind of energy, and I think that that body dysmorphia. Let me say it the right way. Gender. I don't mean to laugh. I'm really ignorant to it. Gender dysphoria. Actually, let me look this up. What does this mean? Gender dysphoria, a state of severe distress or unhappiness caused by feeling that one's gender identity does not match one's sex as registered at birth. Oh, that is so sad. Yeah. So I do think all this energy, by the time we get to Aries, it will clear up. Now, I do think that when this here moves into Pisces, that's when we'll see what's going to happen. It will be retrograding. It'll come back into Aries, and then no, it's in Aries. It'll retrograde back into Pisces, and then it'll move forward. I think when it starts moving forward, we'll see what happens to this. And I do think that there will be a conclusion. Like, we will have Section 504. I do think they're going to get rid of the gender dysphoria thing, but I do think it's going to be some arguments and some fights coming up because of these things. Okay. Let me see what else I have in my notes. Let me pull up some tarot just for that, and then we'll move on to the next. I hope I answered. I hope I didn't confuse anyone. In my last video that I did live, I did do a stallion in Pisces, and I explained all that. But we have the Princess of Cups. Yeah, people are going to be feeling more compassionate, so maybe they will be more open to not being like a no with the. I mean, they are saying no. I don't know. I actually. But I think there'll be more compassion. Oh, look, the next card I pulled is the Lovers, and they're slightly naked. Yeah, I think you guys, the gender dysphoria will probably win at the end, but maybe there'll be some bumps in the roads in between that. Maybe next time Venus is retrograding, we'll see how it goes in regards to this case. But I think currently, I think there'll be some compassion towards both sides. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. That is what we have for that one. Okay. So that's section 504. If you didn't know about it, I have children. Well, I only have one child left in public school. So, but I'm very interested in the public school system because I do think that's going to change too. Uranus is going to, I'm not even showing a chart. Uranus is going to be in a sign. Where's my Uranus? This year, Uranus is going to move into Gemini. And when it moves into Gemini, I do think there's going to be some unexpected changes with the education system. Okay. I did a whole video on that. And this is just some of it. It's just tiptoeing in regards to that. And that's funny because that's not funny, but that's interesting because there is another connection that now I'm just seeing that Uranus is in the sign Taurus. What is the ruler of Taurus? The beautiful Venus, and Venus is retrograding and coming back. And I do think this is the big reason why we have this 504, this section 504 being an issue. I didn't know when it was first brought up. I didn't look that up. That will also help me in my case to have a conclusion. But I do think there'll be compassion on both ends, and we'll see how that ends up. Trump is president. Yes, this is a 4-year thing, but he can't do everything, you guys. He cannot just come in and be like, wipe this out, don't do this. There's a lot of steps here that I'm learning that has to happen. Okay, so now let's talk about the reason why I have my graphics here. Now we are going to talk about Elon Musk. Okay, Elon Musk has a 13th baby. 13th baby. Okay. Now a right wing influencer. So you're talking about a blood. Okay. A Republican claims she is the mother of the billionaire Elon Musk's 13th child, according to a post she wrote on X. 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father, she wrote. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days, it has come clear that tabloids media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it will cause. Okay. Yes. Okay. But I wanted to look at Elon. Okay. We run it over to Elon's chart. I don't know if I have his time. 7:30. Is that accurate? We'll see. Okay. Oh yeah, I think it is because he has that 8th house. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let me just tell you some stuff I see here. First of all, I see that he has Jupiter in Scorpio. It's in that 5th house. 5th house represents your children. He's going to have a lot of children, okay? 13, he might have 14, 15, 20, 22, okay? A lot. If you don't know about Scorpio energy, first of all, the 5th house represents children, fertility. Also, too, it represents you have Jupiter in there. Anything Jupiter is in is going to expand. So he could have more than 13. Okay, he can have up to 27. Okay, especially with his billions. Also, too, it's in the sign Scorpio. Scorpio is a very secretive energy. Okay, so you do have that. Now you also have that he has a sun in, what is this? Oh, I was doing a current events too. Let me see. Let me tie it to the current event. Current events here. Let's switch these people around. Is he a Gemini rising? No. Why does it say that? He is a Cancer rising. Yes. Okay. Sun is in, when it's happened. Okay. So let me see when it's happened. I looked at when it happened. Do I have the date when they announced it? They announced it like 5 months ago. 5 months ago, they announced it. And let me just say, when they announced this announcement, or when they got caught. Oh, no, when the baby was born. Okay, whatever. Sun in the 8th house, it was in Aquarius. So when it was Aquarius season, and Jupiter, it squared his Jupiter. So the sun was announcing things that were secretive when this announcement happened, when we found out. Okay. Elon Musk Mars is retrograding in the sign Cancer. Okay, Mars is retrograding in the sign Cancer. Look at it. It's sitting on top of his planets here. Even when this was happening, when it was Aquarius sun. So when you have that, you have it at Mercury, you have the sun, things are going to be said, especially about him. Mars retrograding in that 1st house, reflecting on past actions related to relationships, related to children. This is the mother of the zodiac sign. I said this actually. I actually predicted this, that something's going to happen with Elon Musk. I did not think it was going to be a kid announcement. I actually thought it was going to be something more political or something with Doge, but Mars also represents home and family, so it makes sense, or like his lineage or something like that. And in his natal chart, I've discussed about the secretness of here, secret hidden lives of children or reproductions and stuff like that. When you have that, let me see what else. Oh, Sun in eighth house. When this happened, the sun was in his eighth house. When did this happen? I wish I had the exact date, you guys. I'm sorry. I have a lot going on, but I wanted you guys to understand when this happened. It happened 5 months ago. So let's just do 5 months. What was 5 months ago? When was 5 months ago? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. The sun is sitting there. Oh, Virgo. Ooh, right on his Pluto transformation here. I don't have the exact birth time, so I didn't do that. What did I do? Maybe it's when this announcement happened and the sun. Oh, because it's just current. Okay, I get it now. Um, sun was just in. Here we go. The sun was just recently was in the sign Aquarius. So it was in his eighth house when we found out that he's having his baby. And you're talking about secrets. The eighth house is all about some secrets, okay? Things that you keeping hidden, things that are very taboo. Why would he keep his kids secret? What's that about? Anyway, yeah, okay, let me tell you. Having children but not always being public about it or being recognized as a father is what you have. Also, this house represents transformation, sex, power, and secrecy, just so you know. So you do have that. That could be intertwined with this energy of reproduction. All that was happening. The sign Aquarius is too is all about information and communication. So we did have that. Now, Pluto is in his Aquarius. I mean, Pluto in Aquarius is in his eighth house. Let me just tell you about something about Elon Musk, okay? Because we're gonna keep revisiting. I'm gonna be on Elon Musk head, okay, on that neck. We'll say more. I'm not gonna let him go because Elon Musk, because he has that Pluto in that eighth house, and we already see from what I'm explaining is that that's a house of secrets, a house of transformation. It's also a house of being obsessed with something, an obsession of power, okay? Now, I do think that if we already had the sun here and you saw that there was an announcement about a baby, I know we did have this happening with him too. But what happens when Pluto goes and it intersects with, it gets closer to his Mars, it gets closer to his North Node? What happens when all these planets, when this huge planet of transformation or obsession with power enters this energy? This is going to be very interesting. Also in the sign of Aquarius. Now, you're talking about Pluto represents what it is in the eighth house: power, control, deep transformation. I think there could be more secrets about children, reproduction choices. Okay, I'm just throw this out. This could be someone who's experimenting on how to reproduce if this squares this energy of children. Okay. There's something that's going to happen later on in years, but it gets closer and it will be in the same alignment with what we already just experienced. So it makes me think, is this someone, Elon, is he going to be making children through technology? This could be possibly happening and he could keep it a secret. It's like someone who's like messing with genetics and keeping it a secret, okay? Like secret children through technology or something like that. I'm just telling you that could be happening with him in the future. He's already going to keep children a secret. Why not have more children? Why not experiment? That, I mean, he probably already has, okay? That definitely has that. Just Aquarius represents the future. It represents AI, it represents technology, it represents innovation. So artificial reproductions, our genetic engineering, our fertility and technology. This also is a house of rebirth. So he could be like, someone can die and he could try to bring them to life. I'm just telling you all the things that could be happening with this Pluto and Aquarius sitting on top of these things, okay? Could indicate father, and he's doing it in a very unconventional way. Okay, that's, we'll just, because this Cancer energy, he has a lot of Cancer rising, sun in Cancer. What is this? Mercury in Cancer? Is that Venus? Okay, Mercury in Cancer. That's a lot of Cancer. That's a lot of parenting. Cancer is like the mother. Okay, a lot of that. Yeah, but also too, some money problems could be happening. Like he could be owing money, inheritance or taxes, loans, all that major money, estate divisions or control over financial legacy, all that could be having an issue maybe with his children. That could be a possibility too, like his children taking his money. That could be a thing. There's something here again that's going to happen with children in regards to Pluto. Okay, intense. This house is about intensity. So intense public or private life about his family and his legacy. That could be happening, especially when it quincunx this. So like soon, Pluto is going to quincunx his sun. Let's see. We'll give it a more of exact timing. Okay. Bam. Right here, okay, around next year of April, okay? Around next year in April, it's going to be real uncomfortable with him. Something regarding motherhood, okay? Something because Cancer represents the mother, your family, something like that, and it could be hidden. But we'll find out. We'll find out during Aquarius season, because let me tell you, that sun, when it goes in each house, it brings light into that house. Okay. So the secrets now are going to be anything that's dealing with ninth house, his religion, his philosophy. And then it moves on and on and on and on and on. And so next year, when it gets around Aquarius season, maybe we'll see more light about what's going on again in regarding to children or transformation or power. Okay. So look out for Elon Musk every time it's Aquarius season. Okay. Look out, because it was Aquarius season now, and then we find out, oops, he got a baby. Also, too, how can someone be a Republican and be into 13 children? I don't know. Sometimes I'm a hypocrite on things, but that just seems huge. Okay. Also, Pluto is also about into reshaping power. I do think he will be trying to take over even more. Okay. He's talking about having a phone company that makes so much sense with Pluto and Aquarius. Aquarius represents telephones and communication, and he wants power of that. That can definitely be happening. It's all about the future. Okay. Remember, he's in charge of Doge, and he's in charge. I broke that down in one of my videos. Check that out. But I think that was more of the sixth house, because Doge is all about cleansing up the money and making sure the money is allocated in the right place. Is both of these houses here dealing with that? So we did talk about that. What else do we have? Neptune in the sixth house. I talked about that. Efficiency, organization. He's always thinking about the bigger picture. He may not care about the details when it comes to work. Let's see how that plays out. Side note too, if you're looking at fertility as an astrologer, if you're into astrology at all, other than what I'm telling you, but you just want to know more, you can look at the moon. I didn't look at the moon because I don't know the exact time this baby was born. But you can look at the moon. Now, I do know when we found out it was Aquarius, I think it was the 17th actually. So let me put now, and let me put the 17th. I'm pretty sure we found out at the 17th, and we had the moon in Libra, which is about relationships. So that came out. Okay. So now let's talk about who's next. We got Miss Blake Lively. Okay. Miss Blake Lively. Wait. Before I get into Blake, let me pull a card for Elon. Okay. First of all, is Elon going to try to take over? That is a yes. Okay. And people are going to be loving it. He's going to be getting some coins. He will be collaborating with people. He'll be learning from young people. But I would say that is a positive card of yes, a lot of collaborations, a lot of working with people. Very interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Now, will Elon have more secrets when it comes to children? And the Ace of Cups, that's also a yes. Okay. Ace of Cups means the cup runneth over with love with children. Okay. Whether they love them or not, we don't know, but this is just probably halfway of Elon and his kids. Okay. So now let's get into Blake Lively. Okay. Blake Lively. I broke down her chart. I think I did it on my community page. Okay. What I will tell you, one tidbit is that she is very controlling at work. Okay. So we did break that chart down. I broke it down in more details, but that is one of the things that I broke down. But Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, the two biggest stars of Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary celebration, their presence was there, caused some divisions, maybe caused some confusions. Many have criticized their decision to attend as not being good because they have this legal battle with Justin Baldoni. If you don't know, She basically is accusing him of sexual assault or sexual harassment at his job for the movie. What's the movie called? They Know About Us? Something. I read the book. Anyway, so she's accusing him of some things. And then he had all these receipts, which was very Aquarius energy. Ooh, child. Now we got some Pisces energy. So we'll see how that goes in. But the Aquarius energy was like communicate, put it out there. They were very transparent and communicating everything. We saw all the text messages, they made a website, which is very Aquarius theme, right? Now the event was packed with Hollywood's biggest stars. Insiders claim that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively didn't receive the warmest welcome. However, rather than heading to the official after party, they opted out and went home early. Well, isn't that interesting? Go home early. Let's look at Blake Lively's chart, shall we? Let's mosey on over and see what we have. Now, the day of this, which I need to put some days. Let's put currently now. What we have for this, let me see. She has a stallion in Virgo. When you see all this here, I broke this down and what it means in her second house. This is Blake Lively's chart. We're not looking at Ryan. But I can tell you about Ryan because it represents her seventh house, which Pluto in Aquarius, which remember we just talked about Pluto and how that was with Elon Musk and the power obsession. Well, here now Pluto is in the seventh house. Now, Pluto, seventh house means how your partner is. Okay. So if this was me and I have Pluto, and if I was Blake Lively, me, Danyell, Carmelita, and I have Pluto in the seventh house, this is representing my husband. So this is representing her husband, okay? This also represents your open enemies. So this also represents the Baldano. What is the guy's name? Justin Baldini. This also represents him too. Very interesting. But I don't have his chart. We're just going to go off of her chart. So this represents, I'll tell you on both sides, okay? The good and the bad. The Pluto represents transformation. Someone's changing, okay? Are obsessed with power. Someone is really obsessed with power, or someone's gaining power, or someone is having a psychological healing. That could be the transformation too, or someone's having a rebirth, okay? In the sign Aquarius, Aquarius is about communication. This also is a house of intensity, jealousy, obsession, secrets, and communication as well. Okay. So you have all that, and that is what's happening. They said that Ryan Reynolds already lost some weight. So we do have that. Now, what's going on though is that I want you to understand that we have Venus. Venus she's a Leo rising. So the eclipse is really important to her. We have 2 eclipses coming up this year. I did a video on them. We have it in Aries and in Virgo and Aries. I should know. Hold up. Let me see. We have the eclipse March 15th. Let's see. March 13th, and this eclipse is in Virgo. And then let me remove this chart. And then the next eclipse, the Virgo one, look at that over here, affecting her. And then the next, that was the big one, actually. Let me see. That one. Oh, where? Oh, I got 2 charts on here. Okay. This eclipse, is it affecting her? No, she doesn't have 2023. No, she doesn't have any 23. Oh, this is no. So the Virgo one may not be affecting her. So let me remove that one. There is another eclipse. Let's see if that one's affecting her. And I can tell you if it is. Why has it come on twice? I didn't remove the first one. This other eclipse is in Aries. Okay. Bam, we got something going on. This eclipse in Aries is really affecting her. Makes me think, is she going to get a divorce? That could be happening, okay? We got a lot of charts here, so I'm going to just explain it real quick. We have an eclipse in Aries. I've discussed this in a video, so check that out. Now we have the sun and the moon, and it's sitting on top of 1 degree away from her Venus. Is this her Venus? No, it's not her Venus. Oh, she doesn't have anything. I take it back. Oh, what? No, it's sitting on top of her North Node, her future. There could be a change here happening for her. Okay. Yeah, it could be sitting here. Is it 9? Anything? Is it quincunxing anything here? No. Anything? No, no, no. Okay. So she's good with the eclipse. However, it is sitting pretty close to her north node, her future. Something's going to change for as her being an individual. Okay. Her pursuing her own life on her own, not with the relationships. Okay. She has this big energy of, I find what she values is her looks. Let me take off some of these charts here. She has a lot of value in her looks. You can tell, okay, and a lot of materialism. Probably didn't really know that, okay. But this is another big thing. Venus is retrograding in the sign Aries, okay, and it's activating that North Node, which we already see that she's going to have an eclipse that could be affecting her North Node as well. And Venus entering that pre-shadow phase, retrograding on top of this. You're talking about legal matters, okay. Venus represents the law and having some balance in what's justice and what's fair. Okay. Who's not being fair. This is going to affect her. This is going to show. This is showing up. Then it's going to go into this 8th house of transformation and power. She may have some power right now, and she could be losing the power when it retrogrades back into Pisces. Okay. I find that Justin Baldini will be winning. I think you don't have to be an astrologer and a tarot reader to know that. But I think when this one goes into Pisces, we'll see more. I'll pull out more information on that, and then we'll get more reality when it comes back here. But currently, she's sitting here, went to the SNL thing, and this isn't a pre-shadow phase. So that means all the females who are looking brave is not going out. It's not being the best for them, okay? You're talking about your public image. You're talking about all that too. Also, too, it's opposing when it gets to this energy here. It's going to be opposing all her planets. When Venus is retrograding in Pisces, it will be opposing these planets here. Let's see. Let me see how far it goes. Let me see. Where is it? I went too fast. I went too fast. Let's go week. Okay, here we go. Venus, 24. It stops at 24. Will it affect this? A little bit opposing her moon. That's what the people think of her, her emotions. That is all a little chaos. But I think what really is going to really affect here, around here, when Venus and Mercury is retrograding, sitting on top of this North Node, that's going to be around March 26th. So let's see what happens around March, you guys. That's next month. Let's say the middle of March. The middle of March, we will come back and see what's going to happen with Missy and this law in regards to her future. I'm thinking she's going to be like, you know what? In the long run, she's probably not going to tell us. She'll probably keep it to herself, but she's probably like, I can do better by myself. This is the 9th house. The 9th house is about law too. So this is all about law, and it's going to get really juicier. I don't know. I know she came out with something today. I don't know what she came out with today, but there was something happening. Let me see. What else do we have here? 8th house. Let me see. Okay, all these things are in the 8th house right now. So you're talking about her finances, transformation of wealth, a focus on financial power and investments. Mercury's in the 8th house. These things are combust. It's not quite looking like she can form logical thinking in regards to her finances and her wealth, or what money is owed, her marriage, her joint wealth. That is all being under discussion right now. Okay. We probably don't know, but they are probably talking about the money that they share together. I wonder if they're really talking about divorce. You're talking about secrets. This is a house of secrets. You're talking about hidden affairs. And the sun is there. So we looking at it. So the whole Pisces season, we're going to see all the secrets that they have. It's really going to be not good for them. Our private investments, or anything dealing with money, anything dealing with taxes, anything dealing with investments, anything dealing with loans, anything dealing with things that are very taboo and hidden. We're going to see it in regards to Miss Blake Lively. Okay. Also power struggles, her being behind the scenes trying to be the puppeteer. That's going to even be even bigger during Pisces season. What else do we have here? A lot that I've already discussed in a breaking down of her video, but because we have this Pisces stallion and the sun is highlighting all this, we're going to get clarity about all her secrets. Okay, I feel sorry for her. Yeah, and I do think there will be a transformation in a relationship. Okay, either he's going through a transformation, or he's reevaluating his role as a husband. Maybe there's hidden tensions in not even maybe there's hidden tensions, and they're trying to resolve it, or maybe they're not going to resolve it. There is that power shifts in a relationship. Maybe he was a powerful one. This that could represent a transformation as well. Maybe she's being more dominant, which we will probably see with the eclipse in Aries. Let me see what else I have in my notes. But when a relationship is strong, it will surpass all this. But if it's weak, it ain't gonna make it. Okay. Let me see. Secrecies, revelations, and hidden truths that will probably come out because we have this, especially when we come back to Aquarius season for him. Let me see if I have anything else with that. Okay, so that is what we have for Miss Blake Lively. And let me pull a tarot card from Miss Blake Lively. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords means that she's going to keep talking. She feels very fierce and very bold about what she believes in and what she thinks. So she's not giving up. She's going to keep fighting. Let's see what we have for Blake. No, the husband. The Ryan Reynolds. Okay, Ryan Reynolds feels like he's enlightened. Also, this is a card of solitude. He could feel like a loner. Not in a bad way, but just like, you know what, maybe relationships aren't for me. Okay. So that is what we have for that. Now here we are. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I should play? I should play this. This is what I kept playing. I gotta take Kamala out. But now we are going to talk about Trump. Okay. Now the sun is entering Pisces. I wanted to talk about how this combust in a Kazemi is going to be affecting him. I also want to talk about the rest of the year for Trump as presidency. Okay. So I don't have to keep talking about him. Okay. I will, of course, talk about things that happen like a war or something like that. But Trump in a presidency overall, I'm like, let me just talk about it now. Okay. Now we do have the sun. Where's Trump? Here is Trump. And we see that he got the same as Blake Lively. He is a Leo rising like Blake. Oh my gosh, they love being a celebrity. They like to be like, look at me. Not all Leo risings are like that, but clearly when you are on stage, you are. But he has all this secret stuff and transformation. He did have a transformation of power. So you literally had that going on because these planets were in this one and this one was in Pisces already. But now we are getting more. We're going to get more highlighted information. Now it's going to be causing some confusion because I explained this in my past video that there's going to be the sun is going to be blinding all of these planets. So him communicating something in regards to any type of transformation or power or obsession or something dealing with finances of some sort or money that we owe, there may be some confusion, but then there will be clarity. And then also something dealing with the government. Something secretive about the government that will probably come out, and then some type of confusion that will also be more aware, stronger as well, because Neptune is the confusion. And then all this moves to Aries. Now Venus is going to retrograde in that 8th house, so we're going to get some pushback. And Venus for him could be like a secret lover. Venus for him could be the support, people supporting him. Venus for him could also be like his wife too. So all this could be a change of some sort. Let's see if people maybe shift in regards to him. Now, if we go to the eclipse real quick, let me remove this chart because that really confused me. So if we go to the harder eclipse, which happens on the 13th. Oop, I put the wrong thing. I took away Trump's chart. Trump, and let's switch it. If we go to the eclipse for Trump, it's not really affecting anything for him. And if we go to the next eclipse, which will be in Aries, not affect. Not affecting him too much. Sextile square. It's squaring his Mercury. Ooh, okay. So there's something here in regards to war. We may not see it. It's a secret. It's in the 12th house. But there is something here, a conflict, him being a leadership versus his homeland, his past, or something from his past. There's an eclipse happening and it's hitting him directly because it's in the 9 degrees. Okay. Yeah, but there could be some confusion with the combustion. I do want you to know that combustion. With the sun being combust, and it's going to be combust Saturn, Venus, Neptune, and the North Node. So confusion of power struggles, hidden motives within his administration. Maybe will be some setbacks, maybe some scandals, difficulty making decisions. But there will be a brief of clarity, and it will allow him to make a decisive move. Maybe when it comes to policies, alliances, or anything dealing with money and power. Okay. Now let me see. Mercury is in Pisces. And then this is unclear information here. Okay. That's what I hate, that Mercury, not a Mercury in Pisces, but Mercury in Cancer. This is like, we can't see the information here. That really annoys me to no end. Now Mercury is retrograding here and Venus is retrograding here. So this could be some secret information and it could be revealed. Maybe we'll see, because it could still be hidden and there could be some changes happening. Now I want to talk about the eclipse, right? So the eclipse, why does it say the eclipse in a 5th house opposing? Why does it say 5th house for him? That's Sagittarius. But the eclipse is going to affect, is this someone else? Oh, it is. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, but let me talk about the yearly things with him. Okay. So we're going to put the current transits. We're going to take that out. And we're going to talk about him as I break it down a month. Okay. So I talked about the eclipse and I talked about that there's something that's going to be hitting his Mercury. And it's something that could be dealing with endings. Mercury is about communication, intellect, and talking. Now you have the moon and it could already be happening, but there's some type of secret negotiations. And it's very confrontational. Okay. It could be dealings of war. Okay. It could be dealing with the Gaza thing. I'm not that informative on Trump and what's going on right now, but I just want you to understand that the eclipse in Aries is going to affect Trump 100%. Okay. Not going to affect a lot of people. That eclipse is not as strong, but this one is strong for him. Now, why do I have the eclipse? Let me break this down a little bit more because I have this in my notes. Let me see. On the 13th, let me bring this one back up. On the 13th, this eclipse is, sextile square. Ooh, okay. So this eclipse is going to affect him. Okay. So both eclipses are going to affect him. Ooh, it makes sense. He's the president. Okay. Now I just want you to understand. Let me give disclaimers. Anytime there's an eclipse, there is this omen or this saying that a leader will die. Okay. So we do have that. I'm just going to throw that out there. For you guys to already know that is one of the things that is said about any eclipse. Now, the eclipse, they both are affecting Trump. The eclipse earlier this season, what happens in March 9th, 13th, and I think the other one's on the 29th. I did videos on these, okay? I probably discussed them about him. But if you see here, the moon, the eclipse moon in Virgo is at 23 degrees. And what does he have? A moon at 23 degrees. Now, this also means too that, an eclipse doesn't happen the same day. It may not, it could happen. Sometimes it doesn't. What could happen is that when this moon hits 23 degrees here, it could be affecting having this eclipse issue again. Anytime these planets hit 23 degrees, it could be affecting Mr. Trump. Okay. So we do have that. Now, I just want you to understand that this 5th house energy is talking about leadership. The 5th house represents him taking risk, him being himself, like his true self. The heart, things matter of the heart. And eclipse brings some major turning points, okay? Revelations, unexpected events, okay? Now, when you have it in the sign Virgo, you're talking about work, but then you also have Pisces, the sun in Pisces, and you're talking about endings and deaths and secrets, secret occults, okay? Religious powers, I'm going to say that, because I think there could be a connection with Israel as well, always lingering with the American people, okay? So I do want to say that. Now, because you have this moon opposing the north node. Then you have the moon, no, yes, north node. Then you have the moon opposing Neptune. Then you have it opposing, of course, the sun. Then you have it opposing Saturn. Okay, you have all these. The eclipse is going to be opposing all these things. You're talking about propaganda. You're talking about misinformation. You're talking about deception. You could be talking about yeah. Okay. So why do I have Venus involved here? Venus is retrograding something. I don't know why I have Venus involved here, but we'll move on. The North Node, like something's supposed to be playing out in his lifetime, and it's forcing him to confront some unresolved public political issues. It's something that's going to be forced, and we will see it. It's going to be involving Trump and his emotions, his home matters, or something dealing with his mom. His mom passed. Something dealing with his past. Something dealing with the people of America in regards to Trump, because the moon represents the people too. Okay, so that is what we have. Let's look out for that. And I just want to reiterate that anytime the planets hit 23 degrees, then we'll see it play out for Trump. I'll revisit that. Okay, so now let me talk about what we have for the month. Current transits. And yeah, we'll break it out to the month. So let's go into February. February, we see if you, where is it? Well, you don't see it yet, but Neptune is going to enter Aries. So we'll just scooch this over a week. Scooch over. There we go. Neptune enters Aries. And then when you have Neptune entering Aries for him, then you have new agendas when it comes to the world, when it comes to relationships to other countries. But Neptune is secretive, it's Delulu. So more secrets and unpredictable leadership styles in regards to what he has illegally or what he has with other countries. So there could be more deception with other countries. Like other countries are confused about Trump and where he stands. A lot of conspiracy theories could be happening here. Something with law and their secrets. Okay, so we have that. And then also too, in May, oh, I'm back to the week. Let me go. Month. In May, I saw, what did I see on May? In May, Venus goes into Aries. Again, now Venus is going direct. It's conjunct this energy here, and Venus entering Aries. You're talking about he's more assertive. Maybe he'll get more money with this Delulu energy. Yeah, people, or maybe something dealing with law. Something legally could be happening with Trump in regards to law. That could be happening for him, especially when it's quincunx this information here. Something him being a leader, making him uncomfortable with him being a leader as well. Okay, so you have that. And then in June, we have what do we have here? Venus in Aries squares Mars. Again, we have the Venus. Venus is not in Aries. What is my notes? Who wrote these notes? In June, let me see what we have in June. Oh, Saturn gets into Aries and then it conjuncts. This is a big one right here too. I've discussed this in several videos already. So I won't talk about it generally for the public, but within Trump, you're talking about some limitations and deceptions sitting together, some hard lessons or something with the government and are being aggressive secretly. But it's dealing with the world. It's dealing with our relationships with the world. The ninth house represents publication. Everyone sees it on TV. Also dealing with the world, also dealing with how we are with not just our allies, but other countries. Okay. So there's something here and it's very aggressive. Aries is very aggressive. So you do have that energy. Let me see what else we have. Also, too, Jupiter has entered Cancer and has entered that 12th house. So now there's some secrets happening here, or some closing or some endings. It also could represent death. Okay. That could be happening. Cancer does represent the nation, nationalism. And for Trump, there could be some endings within him being a leader as a nationalist. Okay. It will be squaring this energy. This is no bueno. This is not, I don't think it's good. I mean, but Jupiter is a very positive, benefic planet. It works really good for him. This is the reason why he became president. But there's some endings here. There's some closing here. Maybe he's ending a chapter to something. Okay, that could be good. That could be a possibility. Now, for the next month, we have Uranus now enters Gemini. Okay, so listen, Uranus is going to give him a Uranus return. Okay, he's going to be so restless. He's going to be talking so much. Okay, around July and around, let me get it more. Let's see how long this is. I say around, okay, so 2027. But let's just, I was about to say girl. Like I'm talking to my girlfriends. I'm just telling you right now, he is going to be talking so much. He may be like having a platform like, X, and just be like tweeting things 1,000 times. Like he's like, I'm going to be the president and an influencer. That is definitely what could be happening here and dealing with the future. He could be talking about having some social media. We'll break that down a little bit more, but it's going to be very intense. If it's not already intense when he just says things sporadically, you're talking about this is someone who just, Uranus represents talking and its unexpected things of speech. He already says it. If he doesn't like to have a speech and it's read like he has to read it word for word, he's like, that's not my forte. That's not how I am naturally. Okay. And then you see that it's sitting here, it's combust. Sometimes it doesn't work the best for him. But I like it. Okay. Because I like that Gemini energy. Okay. Anyway, so then the next month, and this is going to take some time, but you see it gets introduced, so get ready for that. September, what do we have? Saturn retrogrades back in here, so he has some lessons. We'll see what the lessons are when Saturn hits 29 degrees. It's going to go back and then come back, and if it affects Trump, I am going to call it out and let that be known. I see here too that Neptune is going to oppose Neptune here. This would be interesting. You're talking about this Neptune is retrograding. He's fine with Neptune retrograding. It doesn't affect him. But at 5 degrees, it's like there's disharmony with delusions of relationships. Maybe he thinks a relationship is a relationship and it's not, in regards to the government, the world. Okay. Not like, I don't think like him and his wife. Okay. October. Oh, I just had October. Jupiter is going to be sitting closer around all these planets. We won't be able to see it, but there's some positivity, maybe with restriction, positivity, maybe with government. A lot of people are going to be praising him. Jupiter and Venus sitting close together is a lot of praise, a lot of optimism. More people are going to like him around October. Okay. Yeah. So that is what we have for Trump. I feel like I didn't do enough. I will be coming back to that, but the video is just going to be too long. Okay, I do think there's be some just summary within this year. I do think there'll be some more confusion, some power struggles. You do have that, and of course hidden agendas, because you have all that Pisces energy, and then it's going to, Neptune is going to move into Aries, and it's going to move into Aries for the public arena. So I do think that we will probably be deceived a lot about things that are happening publicly with the world in regards to Trump. There will be some deception there. I know people are biased about Trump or whatever. I just think he's like any other leader. I think they're all deceitful. Okay. So there is that. Now, eclipse bringing major shakeup. It's going to bring some major shakeup for him in that 5th house. Was that his Virgo house? Why do I have, in regards to his 5th house, there is going to be an issue here. So let's see what that brings on. Okay. And then the other eclipse affected him somehow, but I forgot. Foreign alliances. That is what I was thinking of. This house is foreign alliances. There is going to be something happening here. Okay. And you got Saturn and Neptune is in this house, and this is what he does for a living. This is going to be big. Okay. So that is what we have for Trump. Now let's see who we have. Now we have ASAP Rocky. Let's see. Oh, wait, you know what? I keep moving too fast. Let me pull a card for Trump. Trump for the next year. We got Princess of Wands. Princess of Wands represents fighting. Okay. Also 2 messages coming out of very bold, aggressive energy. So he's going to be talking very bold. He's going to be very aggressive. He's going to be very confident. Yeah, that's going to be, look out for that. That's all. That to me is nothing new. Let me get some else, because I feel like we know that. We have the 6 of Swords. This is a transformation too, a transformation, a change happening too. Yeah, let's see how that all plays out for Trump. Okay. Now let's see what we have for ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky, if you didn't know, the incident involving ASAP Rocky and his former friend Terrell ASAP Raleigh. Okay, apparently he had a crew and they were all called ASAP something. That is so dumb. And he was ASAP Rocky, ASAP Raleigh, ASAP Homie, ASAP whatever, right? So all these people were named ASAP in his crew, and he's ASAP Rocky. So he got into it with another ASAP who they not making money like him, okay? And this friend name is ASAP Raleigh, and his real name is Terrell Ephron, okay? Now this happened November 6th. You know, I got so happy when I saw that date because I said, pull up the receipts, okay? So we're gonna go. Let's see. Let me see. Did I have it as favorite? We got ASAP, first of all. Let me talk about ASAP. Oh, first, let me tell you the story, okay? ASAP, I'm distracted. I want to do current. Okay, ASAP Rocky. His name is Rakim Myers. I like that name so much better. Okay, but Rakim, okay, born October 3rd, 1988. I'm like, these people are so much younger than me. Okay, ASAP Rocky. When he went into when they said you are not guilty, he ran. Okay, he ran to his mom, his sister, and Rihanna. It was a bunch of females. Oh my God, let me look at his chart. Let me look at his chart. Let me see the females. Are there any females in regard? I thought he was like a Libra rising. Oh, here's the Libra energy. Okay, boyfriend loves the females. Okay, Tuesday, as a clerk read the non-guilty verdict at the trial on 2 felony counts of assault and with a semi-automatic firearm. The Los Angeles courtroom full of fans and hip hop performer, his singing superstar partner exploded into screams of glee as Rocky leaped from the defense table to the gallery and where Rihanna sat in between his mother and sister and they embraced and they were sobbing. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh. Have you ever been involved in a court hearing? No, I haven't been involved in a court hearing, but have you ever been to a court hearing and then had to sit there and hear if they're guilty or not guilty? It seems like the longest pause in your life. Okay. Rocky turned down the prosecution offer of just 6 months in jail, along with probation and other conditions, if he would plead guilty to one count. Insisting on his innocence, Rocky decided to gamble that a jury would feel the same, and it paid off. The jurors left at least the jurors felt at least that there were reasonable doubt of his guilt. Okay, so what happened is that he was basically, okay, what I heard was that he was with his homies, someone died, and they were like, you didn't pay for the funeral, and you got money, you with that baller girl, and you didn't give us money for the funeral. Well, the men will be men, I guess. Not my husband better not be doing this, but they get into the arguments. ASAP Rocky pulls out a gun and boom, pum. Okay, he does a pum pum, and then the guy who's arguing with, there is like a cut here, so he tries to get him to be guilty so he can sue him for 30 million. This is what I heard. Okay, I don't have any things on that, right? But they're saying that the lawyers were saying in the court that ASAP Rocky had a prop gun, like it wasn't a real gun. He got it off a movie set, and he was just trying to be hard, and he just had this gun in his trunk for safety, but it's not a real gun. I don't know. Let's if my husband is a celebrity, okay, first of all, I think he should have a right to carry. So he needs to be a real man and get a real gun. First of all, that's number one. Two, then you bring out a prop gun. Nah, not, but okay, we're gonna get into why I think it should have been a prop gun in the first place. Okay, so let's talk about his chart. Let me bring up just his chart here. Okay, first of all, he has a sun in Libra. It's like, oh, I believe in harmony. This probably makes him attractive. He's an attractive looking guy, right? But usually Libras like balance and harmony. They don't want conflict. But let me get to going. Okay. Now this Mars in Libra is sitting opposite of this, not this Mars in Libra. The sun in Libra is sitting opposite of this Mars retrograding in Aries. This is in his chart. Okay. This is where the conflict. This is where I'm like, so ASAP Rocky, you had a fake gun? Okay, let me just tell you, because you're talking about, I want to give the look of balance and harmony on the outside, but really I'm aggressive, okay? I'm really internally aggressive. That is what this is saying, okay? When provoked, I'm saying you're going to see the opposite demeanor. And like right now, you see a handsome man, but don't push me. I don't know his lyrics. Let me know. It's going to be some problems, okay? You're talking about a hot headed persona, rough and insensitive nature, very competitive kind of spirit, obnoxious, very direct, very machismo kind of energy, rash and impatient, okay? This is what you get with this placement right here. This is what you get with that. Okay. Mars represents our drive. It represents our aggression. It represents war. It represents our action. And then you have it in Aries, and it's at home in Aries. And that doesn't necessarily mean like it's comfortable. To me, it means that it's stronger. So now it's double dosage of assertiveness, aggression, and drive and action. Okay. And then it's retrograding. They say it's inward energy, but what was retro? We'll get into that. Anyway, but Mars also is squaring Neptune. Okay. So his aggression is not the best. Okay. This represents his aggression. It's not getting well. It doesn't get along with his ego and his identity, his vitality. Doesn't work well with Neptune either. Okay. So you're talking about this can create confusion. Oh, it looks this way, but it's this way. When I'm aggressive, I can give you the illusion that I'm not being aggressive. I can give you the illusion that I'm very serious and very stern and I don't play. I think about long-term consequences. That's what this is giving, okay? I'm very responsible with my resources, but I'm actually not. It's an illusion, okay? Let me see what it has. This combination of Mars retrograding Aries square, okay? Misunderstandings, misrepresentations of aggression action. The defense claims that the gun was a prop and it could align with this energy here. You thought it was real, but it was actually fake. That could be a possibility. Secret harmful actions is also what this can represent. This also could be camouflage desires. So it could be like, oh, it's an illusion that it's a prop gun, or it could be it's an illusion to the world. It wasn't a prop gun. It was a real prop gun. Okay. That is also what this brings confusion to conflict. I'm just letting you know, okay? Now, one thing is that Mars is sextile Jupiter, so that's great. That works for him with abundance, and if he really is optimistic, then things work out for him. Isn't that interesting? He felt optimistic in his court case, so things works out for him. There's a silver lining behind anything, and then if he believes it, it may achieve. Okay. Now, also too, he has this Saturn conjunction of Uranus. And it's in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius does represent law too, so it can indicate legal challenges or disruptions in a circle. You're talking about this could represent friendships too. Some unexpected altercations. Some lessons here with friendships also too. Now let's talk about the day of the chart. Let me see if I have it in my recents. No, so let me just add it here. The day of the event, it was, what did I say it was? November. What day was this event? November 6th. Hold up, wait a minute. Okay, let's do it. November, okay, should we call this? Day of. Okay, it happened November 6th. 2021. And it happened at what time? Do we have a time? Okay, we're gonna just say it was this time. Okay, so we're not gonna look at the houses. Well, he's a Sag rising. Okay, do we have his time? I don't think we have his time. So we don't have his time. So we're not looking at the houses. Okay. Now, what I thought was interesting with this chart here, let me see, we have here his natal chart. Let me see. The Sun, Mercury, and Mars all in Scorpio, sitting on top of this Pluto of Scorpio. Okay, I'm very suspicious of this. Okay, the day of the event, okay, someone had some control issues the day of. So Mr. Hothead over here, who likes to cause some confusions in regards to his hothead and who can't balance the ego from the heatedness of aggression, the aggression was sitting over here. And Mars represents guns, okay, and it's sitting on top of his Pluto, real close, real tight, and it's sitting on top of here, and there's altercations here, and there's something in regards to money and power. Okay, so Pluto represents control, power, secrets, criminal accusations. Something could be hidden. I'm not saying he's guilty, but maybe there's something that we are not knowing. Okay, Scorpio energy is really dealing with some underlying resentment, deception, revenge, confrontation. Mercury in Scorpio suggests a secretive communication, some hidden motives. Yeah, something was done and we may not even know. Not because in this 12th house, but because they moving in secret. Everybody's in secret here, okay? So we have that. What else do we have? It's sextile his Mercury. So now it's even working with deception and secrets. So whatever happened here, okay, this conflict, because this is a conflict, let's be clear, and someone was controlling the power. Yeah, it's not working with his deception. And it makes me think of, like, what if he went to court and he knew that this guy, this other ASAP, so stupid, this other ASAP guy, because there's like four of them, the other ASAP guy couldn't say something else because that would make him go down, so he knew he was going to win, something like that. That's just what makes me think of that. Okay, because Neptune rules illusions, deception, and confusion. And when it's sextile, that means the situation could be played out because you can manipulate the situation. Okay, so you do have that. Also, you're talking about cameras, you're talking about distorting the cameras. He got that Rihanna money. I'm just saying this is a possibility. Now you have Venus in Capricorn. Where's the Venus? The day of this event, Venus is in Capricorn. That's sitting there pretty close to his Neptune too. More deception, like this is Venus represents relationships and money, social reputation, and now that's sitting on top of this Neptune, so his reputation can help him clear out some stuff. I'm not saying he's got a relationship with the police, but I'm just saying according to the chart, the deception here can work out. Now on a positive, we'll go on the other side. Okay, we're not going to be, Danyell, you just think everyone's guilty. Okay, we'll just say it on if we're looking from the other angle. I'm just going to tell you what this represents. Venus sitting on top of that Neptune could also represent that you have a secret lover. There's someone's there's a lady who secretly has your back. I don't think that. I think that there's someone supporting you, and so you can create an illusion. I can't unsee what I see. Okay. But also too, because this Venus is squaring his Mars. So the Venus, it could suggest some tension, but he's not fighting. He's not fighting with was he with Rihanna at this time? Because he's not fighting. Venus represents fighting with women. So it's almost like he got into this fight and then he had to go to Riri and be like, can you fix it? And then they got into a fight and she had to go and support him. This is what I think. Okay. Venus in Capricorn means authorities. Capricorn represents authorities. We're involved, and a conflict of Mars could lead to some legal consequences. That also is what that can mean. This is deception with the government. Also, too, Mars being in retrograde here can mean that the situation may have not been unfolded and needs to keep going. That could also mean that Pluto and Scorpio opposing. Look at that. It's opposing Uranus. Expect the unexpected. What was the unexpected thing? Surprise. Surprise. Was it the gun? Surprise. It's not a real gun. It's a fake gun. That could be something there too. Let me see. This opposition predicts unpredictability. Okay. Like something out of control is spurring him over, very impulsive. And I do think he's impulsive. Okay. Yeah. If guilty, this means that the incident may have happened, surprise, it wasn't planned. I do think that. If he is innocent, I do think, like, okay, if he did really have the gun, like it's a real gun, and he really did graze his knuckles, because literally that's all they showed as an injury. Like, really? But you know what? It's very traumatic. It's if I saw someone pull a gun out on me, whoo, but I don't live that lifestyle. But so it's not like he planned this altercation. I do think that when you have this, involved. I do think this was unexpected and it's like everything moved fast. I do think that. Now, but if he is innocent, that means something unexpected happened and was out of his control. Okay. That could be a possibility. But I do think there was some major aggression on his part. It doesn't say if he's guilty or not. I'm just saying that there was aggression. If this was children, if they were children, I would be like, you were not innocent because I know you. Okay. But also too, if he is guilty, like he's not guilty, but if it is not true that he's not guilty, this also could mean that he tried to cover up the truth. Cover up the truth. Okay. But if it's not and he is truly innocent, like I said, it also suggests that the situation may not accurately been portrayed in a truthful way. That also can mean that too. Okay. So I'm just giving you the yes and the no's. We're gonna pull some tarot and I'm gonna ask, was ASAP Rocky, was the gun real? And it's saying yes, that the gun was real. It's saying yes, okay? But let me just give some about ASAP Rocky. He escaped. He escaped the prison. Literally, we're just going off of the visual. He just escaped some time, okay? I think it would be really interesting for someone to have a fake gun because they can't find a gun. Okay. However, he did not really, I mean, shots were fired, but he didn't really shoot the guy. The guy had his stories were so bad. They're all idiots. I do believe that. Okay. But he grazed him. That's like, what are you doing? I do think he was jealous of ASAP Rocky as well. Let me see. Let me look at his friendships here. We don't have, I don't really have a time, so I don't see anything far as Aquarius. I will have to look at this 11th house. I can't see, but it will be like something of Aquarius. But if we just go off of this energy here and we're talking about friendships, I do think there is some lessons with his friendships. Okay. But that's all I can really get. Oh, I do want to say that A$AP Rocky, he likes celebrities. He likes women who are the boss. He likes women who are in high places. He's got that Venus and Leo. He really likes Rihanna. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Let me see if it's sextile. It's sextile the way he thinks and communicates. That work probably even how he raps. That works out really good for him. Sextile. It doesn't really work out with his obsession of power. Okay. That probably makes him feel insecure. But it does bring him abundance. This is very positive. It's not that close together. Let me see. Sextile. Yep, that's all I got. Okay. Anyway, all right. So that's what we got for now. Now let's talk about. Is it even? Here we go. Now we have Kendrick Lamar. Okay. I didn't talk about Kendrick Lamar and his what is that called? I can't think of it. The Super Bowl. Okay. Kendrick Lamar, first of all, I just want to say I thought his pants were tight. Let me know if you thought his pants were tight. I thought his pants were tight. But I'm going to pull up his chart here and we're going to break down Kendrick Lamar. I won't go too hard because I feel like I should do a separate video and I'm late on Kendrick and his what am I calling it? And Drake. I should did a video on that a long time ago. Anyway, but first of all, you see there was a lot of Easter eggs or secret agendas, so they said, and he had a lot of American things. Okay, so let's talk about this chart here. I have Kendrick Lamar. First of all, let's break down Kendrick's chart. He's a Gemini sun. I love me some Geminis, especially when they're rappers. Okay, you got Tupac. He's a Gemini. You had Andre 3000, Gemini. Yay. Kanye, Gemini. I find Lauryn Hill, Gemini. I feel like Gemini rappers are the best rappers because they're good with words. Okay, so you have that. He also has a Venus in Gemini. Okay, so not only is he good with words, but he attracts people who love him when he uses his words. Also, too, he loves a female who is very chatty. Okay, so we will get along. Okay, he's married. I'm married, but I'm just saying we will get along. Now, he also has a moon in Pisces. Okay, now that moon in Pisces makes him sensitive, but there's also some deepness here. Okay, but it's contradicting each other. So we'll see how that goes on because when you have this energy squaring this energy. It's like he wants to be authentic, but he has to also attract people with being trendy. It's like he goes back and forth with that. He wants the Pisces wants to be real. It wants to be deep. It wants to be have emotional connections. It also wants to be creative, but you have this tension or this conflict with the masses or the people, the support really wanting him to be very trendy. And it's very interesting because this is in his natal chart, but this is also part of the Super Bowl, which is very interesting because that's what he had the Uncle Sam and all that stuff. I'm not going to get down into breaking down the Super Bowl, but you do have that. And that Pisces energy is very creative. It wants to be creative. You're talking about emotional energy and intellectual energy. And it's like a disconnect. Also, let me see. This is the exact time. Okay. He's a Libra rising. Ooh, he really doesn't want to have conflict. Does he? I don't think sextile square trine. No, he doesn't want to have conflict. He actually wants to rap about things that are very harmonious, and that's very interesting how that goes. Things that are very diplomatic. He likes to talk about aesthetics, probably, or really art, because this represents art as well. Yeah, but it's very harmonious. His rising sign is very harmonious with the sun, and it's both giving him life and how he is around the world. To the public. Yeah, and he is an orator of some sort, a communicator, and it really brings harmony to a lot of people. He did win that peace award or something. I can't think of the word, but that is in this chart too. He has Mercury in Cancer. Oh, let me talk about these two things in Cancer: Mars in Cancer, Mercury in Cancer. You're talking about someone who is very serious about their home. So Compton, ride or die about his home, and he's going to communicate that in his raps. And then what do you have at the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl was all American colors because he's an American. Some people don't even consider, black people don't consider themselves American. I think that's so bizarre. But he is serious about him being at home, his country, LA. It's like it gets like anything representing his home, he's big into it. So that Mars in Cancer, Mercury in Cancer, very strong, very protective of his home, very into the security of his home. Okay. Also dealing with emotions in his home. Okay. There's some emotional depth there. Okay. So what do we have? Oh, this is also someone who's very calculated. Okay. Because Cancers in Mars, it moves like this. Okay. So like the Cancer, the crab moves sideways. So it kind of has to plan its attack sideways. It can never just go straight forward. So you do have that. And then the Cancer is very protective. So only strikes when necessary. It's not going to jump into random beefs. It's going to just respond at the right time. So I think all the people that all the rappers out there, I think that he probably has so much tea on all the rappers. I'm telling you, because the Cancer energy is just going to be prepared because they need to have security. They need to have security, and they don't want to lose any of their. Yes, they have to feel secure, and to feel secure, because he has that Mars in Cancer, he has to be prepared. And what do you do to be prepared? You just have all the tea on all the rappers. Okay. Yeah. Emotional driven when he is doing any type of attack or any type of communication is defensive, protective energy. He won't let disrespect slide. Let's connect it to the halftime show, shall we? I have that on here. Let me see. Recent. Do I have halftime show? Did I lose it already? Day of. Let me see. Favorites. What did I call it? Super Bowl. Is it gone? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Super Bowl halftime show. Okay. Now, I think he performed at 8 p.m. What do y'all think? I think it was at 8 p.m. 8 to 8:30 p.m. I think. Okay. So this I thought was very interesting. Okay. Remember he has a Mars in Cancer. Mars was retrograding in Cancer, and it was sitting on top of these things here. And also, too, was it a Cancer moon? I mean, talk about everyone being at home and being so serious about American themes if you're an American. But that Mars retrograding in Cancer conjunct his Mercury and his Mars. You're talking about unfinished business, and we're going to redo this, and we're going to redo it, and we're going to redo it. And you're talking about that beef there. Okay. Yeah, but Mercury is all about communication, lyrics, messaging, wordplay. You're talking about in the 10th house. So you're talking about his career, his reputation, his public legacy. All that is involving this halftime show and America and revisiting the old messages and the old themes, right? So if there was really any Easter eggs or any deep messaging, also too, it is going to be layered with the wordplay. I don't know. I'm not a big. I love Kendrick Lamar, but I don't know everything about Kendrick Lamar to say any of this. But we do have the moon involved here. The moon represents the people, so the people are like, yeah, we're here for it. We're here for this aggression. We're here for all this. What is the song? Mustard. Yeah, but what is the other one? They not like us. That like they're here for all that, right? Because it's nostalgic. It's going to bring a sense of like happiness. Yeah, and there's a personal meaning or there's some type of emotional weight here. So you have all that, right? Anyway, let me see. Neptune, North Node. That's all over here. Oh, that's sitting on top of his moon. Okay, so his moon, which is the ruler of this energy, all up over here. This is interesting, and I wonder too when this stops retrograding and it goes back. What else? Are we gonna hear another part of Kendrick? Like, is it not over? I know Drake just released an album, but okay, let me actually remove this. Let me see if we're going to get, oh my gosh, I feel like he's going to continue. Let me see if it goes back onto 17. No, 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 it doesn't. Okay. It goes direct this week. So this is now. It goes direct now. Okay. So I think we got the end of this. I think it's over for him for now. Okay. And then we'll come back to it next Cancer season. We'll see how that plays out, or if there's any other Cancer or Moon eclipse energy. But so far, I think he is finished with it. I think when he says game over, it is over because I think he's just redoing it, and he had to redo it. Now, I do think it says North Node, Neptune, North Node, Saturn, and Pisces was all conjunct his moon here. And you're talking about work, precision, and mastery. He was really serious about the halftime show. He put in a lot of work. He had a lot of discipline towards it. And it was on top of his moon of Pisces, really creative. All that, I mean, you already seen it, but just breaking down the chart, the moon is his natural ruler of that Cancer. So a lot of heavy influences on him fighting something, which is Drake. And the emotions are involved here. So, and he was very serious about his creativity. Yeah, I thought it was a really good halftime show. Let me know what you guys think. Let's see what we have about Drake and Kendrick. Okay, I'm gonna put one about Drake and Kendrick. Okay, so Kendrick and Drake. No, because I saw it. Okay, Kendrick and Drake. Here we go. Drake is about to make some money. He's about to be all good. It's not the end for Drake. And what you see here is we have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is about to be good. Now here, the Hangman for Kendrick. It's like someone who is sacrificing something, someone who is Neptune represents Pisces, so the creative aspect too. But it makes me feel like someone who is being a martyr of some sort or surrendering to something of some sort too. Yeah, I do believe that from looking at his chart, let me remove all this stuff. It was something in his chart that made me think that he's really serious about his art, and it's like he doesn't actually want the battle to be about his art. I forgot what I saw in that chart that made me think of it. I don't know if it had to do with the halftime show. Let me see if it was the halftime. Oh, okay. Or was it Kendrick? But there was something, I'll just leave it alone. There was something that was about Kendrick and his halftime show that made me look at the chart and say, I don't think he wants the battle to be about his art. I think he feels like, okay, let me do this. I have to do this. But that's just what I'm getting out of it. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, but it was something I forgot, I didn't write in my notes, but there's something there. Okay. Last thing on the tickets is Beyonce and literally the ticket sales. Okay. So if you didn't know, Beyonce has a concert coming out, the Carter concert. I don't know what it's called. Okay, I'm not a Beyonce fan. Sorry, but she has, and everyone's talking about it costs so much money. It's so funny because I asked my husband, and he was like, "It doesn't cost that much." I looked it up. I went up. Why is he looking up Beyonce tickets? By the way, okay. No, he didn't look. I don't think he looked it up because he's not that type of person. But I think it comes on. He has an Android, so I think it comes on his phone, like his feed with Google, and it was saying like tickets were available, and he's nosy that he is, and he probably looked up the price, and then he said the price was affordable. But for some reason, the TikTokers are mad and saying it's not affordable. But there's tickets available in LA, so I'm not sure how much a ticket costs. But if you just want to look at, we'll just look at the sky. Okay, we'll just look at the current event so you just can know what is going on, right? This planet is about to retrograde. It's in a pre-shadow phase. I can't not say it enough. And what I'm talking about is Venus. Okay, Venus represents art, it represents music, it represents entertainment, it represents social events, the parties, the concert, the female energy. Whenever Venus retrogrades in Aries, we already had some stuff with Beyonce. That's when I'm a Survivor came out. That's when she announced her pregnancy when Venus was retrograding in Aries. And then she had this coming up when she won Album of the Year. Venus in Aries affects Beyonce. I don't know her chart. I'm not looking it up, but I'm telling you throughout history, if you look up Venus retrograding in Aries, it affects Beyonce. Okay, so let me just move this chart. I thought we would see enough of it, but maybe there will be more. Venus will start retrograding around this time, March 5th, and then it will be out of Aries April 2nd. Okay, so around this time and from now all the way until April 2nd, we will be seeing probably some more things with Beyonce. Okay, yeah. So Venus also represents money. Money, and it's pre-shadow phase retrograde. It's not even retrograding. Okay, so we may have some more hiccups because you're talking about someone buying some tickets and having the luxury, because that is a luxury to buy the tickets, and there's going to be some unpredictable energy. Okay, things are not working the best. You're blaming Beyonce, which it could be her fault because I do think she's a billionaire and she's charging millions of dollars for these shows. You do have that, and she just finished a concert. So how greedy can you be? But if the fans want it, they want it. But you do have that. I find that Venus is really big with Taylor Swift and Beyonce. Okay, not necessarily Aries for Taylor, but we did have that booing. And I'm pretty sure it was in a pre-shadow phase then. So we did have the booing for Taylor, and let's see if we have something else for Taylor Swift. But for some reason, both of them, I thought it was Venus and Leo for Taylor, Venus and Leo for Beyonce, but also the retrograding Aries for Beyonce. But it also could represent Venus and Aries represents a strong female. So there could be something else with Taylor Swift too. But the retrograde is going to be demand for unpredictable energies, unpredictable money. You think it's just going to be with Miss Beyonce? No, money with other things too. Okay, if you have Aries placements and Pisces placements, or if you have cardinal signs, which could be Libras, Capricorns, Cancer, this Venus retrograde is going to affect you. If you have mutable signs, the Venus retrograde is going to mess with you. Geminis, my Sagittarius, my Virgos is going to be annoying you as well. And that's talking about some money because Venus represents money. Okay, but that is what we basically have for Miss Beyonce. You guys like her bleach eyebrows? I think that looks a little, you know what, now I'm looking at it, looks fine. It's okay. I think she needs a better stylist, but it is what it is. I've been to her concert one time and it was really expensive. Actually, I've been to her concert twice. I went to her years ago and her concert sucked. Okay. And I was like, it was overpriced. And my husband, who was not even my boyfriend at the time, bought my tickets. And he was like, how was it? And I was like, Alicia Keys was amazing. And she wasn't even the headliner. Beyonce was yawn, like sleepy. I'm not lying. Okay. Then she came out with the Beyonce experience. She stepped it up because she had to hear a lot of hate from that. She went onward from that because the Virgo is going to perfect their craft. Then we went to another concert. And I thought it was so demonic. I don't know what concert it is. It was when Prince died because she played Prince. But anyway, but I was already off Beyonce. I went because all my friends went. And I wanted to go with all my female friends. And I just thought like, okay, a bunch of female friends, let's go. I've never been to a concert with a bunch of female friends, and it wasn't worth it. I could have stayed at home, but it is what it is. I think that's to each his own. That's whatever. However, with that said, let me pull a card on Beyonce. Is it Beyonce's fault that the tickets are high? We got the death card. So I'm gonna say yes. Okay. The death card, let me just tell you what this represents. A transformation, a change. Oh, look, even she's changing. Whatever the perception is that you have of her, that Scorpio energy. Death represents transformation, it represents something deeper. Scorpio energy are things that are very secretive. But I do think that this is going to affect Beyonce. Maybe she'll change her prices. Let's see if there's a transformation in that. The death doesn't mean that someone's literally dying. I think that maybe you had a perception of Beyonce and this changed the perception, and maybe this is causing a transformation for you. Maybe you were seeing a surface level, because this also represents something deeper, and now there's something deeper there. Okay. Death card represents Scorpio. Scorpio are about things that are hidden, things that are very secretive. Scorpio also represents obsession with money and power. Okay. So that is what that death card represents, and all those things I think follow suits with Beyonce. Now either Beyonce will have a transformation and start to change her power of trying to be obsessive with being a billionaire, okay, or having so much money, or maybe she is changing herself. There in this card, there is a woman who's transforming, and then there's like the skeleton holding her, making her go deeper than what she wants to go. But maybe she is changing herself. Okay, so maybe the prices will change maybe in the next concert. Anyway, yeah, so that is what we have. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a pretty long video. I think I did too many current events because I wasn't able to really go in detail at the current event. So I think next time I'm going to do like 3 current events. Yeah, and let me know throughout the week what is the top current event, and then I'll do those, because let me see, like, how many did I do? I feel like I did too many. I'm trying to see where is I did the Section 504, Elon Musk, Blake Lively, Trump, A$AP Rocky, Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce. Yeah, I did too many. I should have just stuck to 3, and that is a lesson learned. Okay, so next week it would just be the top 3 current events. I can go more detailed. I can even get like more accurate predictions too. But I just was doing this all this morning and looking at it, and it was just too rushed. Anyway, yeah. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye bye.